Hey, folks, this is Eddie Trunk from That Metal Show and Sirius XM Radio and lifelong Kiss fan. You are listening to the Shout It Out Loudcast with Tom and Zeus.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Oi. This is Gene Simmons.
Put that cookie down.
Kiss.
Stop pressing the button.
Stockbroker Simmons.
Star?
Paul Stanley. Is that what he does?
Stop shouting.
My name is Ace Riley.
He's not what you would call a handsome man.
Oh, no. Here come the kiss times.
Is that a positive thing?
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Why? Why do that to the fan? Stop it. Why?
Because fuck them. That's all. What are you talking about? 617-525-0850. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 306. Shout It Out Loudcast Hall of Fame Award Ceremony, class of 2024. This award ceremony almost got canceled because if you think my voice sounds like shit now, you should have heard me yesterday.
Yeah, you didn't have a voice yesterday.
None. This
Nope.
is as good as it's been in 3 days.
Yep, but we power through for you, the fans. That's right.
As we always do.
Yep.
And maybe I lost my voice from all the ranting with our favorite guy, Dave LaGreca.
Could have been it. Yep.
Yeah. So last week we talked about the 1 year retrospective anniversary of the end of the road in Madison Square Garden for Kiss. And it was a little bit of a passionate episode, Tom.
Yeah, it was almost like an opening act for Festivus, you know, but this was more focused. But I thought, it was a great episode. I mean, we love having Dave on. I mean, he talked to us about it after the fact and how much fun he had kind of opening up a vein and venting about it. And yeah, it still sucks. You know, it still sucks as you heard during the episode.
So we did a poll.
Yep.
How'd that go?
Yep. So we said, this poll is asking you, after 1 year, would you say that you are a bigger Kiss fan, same as always Kiss fan, less of a Kiss fan, or I'm done with Kiss? Well, 83% said that they are same as always. 8% said they were less of a Kiss fan. 7% said they're an even bigger Kiss fan. And 3% said, fuck this band. So,
Tom, I also added a different category for this. When I did it, I put it on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I did, when you think of the last Kiss show, think of Akeem.
Exactly.
But I said the choices were, wow, what a great way to end it. 50-50, fucking avatars. 5%, wow, what a great way to end it. 27, 50-50. 68% fucking avatars.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. Yep. So a couple comments on the Twitter poll. Our buddy Bobby Kenner, really good recap and discussion. I liked how you let Dave say his piece. Passionate opinions by all. I agree with that sentiment too. When the show ended for me on pay-per-view, I was like, what the hell did I just witness with that ending? Lee Bruton, great episode, boys. Dave came across great and you were all bang on with your points. I bowed out of spending money on Kiss about 15 years ago, so same as always. Party Man, it has not and will not change for me. They are the soundtrack of my life. Beach Boys are the GOAT. Same as always, but without your podcast, I would be way less of a fan.
Wow.
I like that one. Jacko Flacco, not to be confused with Joe Flacco. All of my most profound memories have a Kiss connection. I will always love the band to my core. Being a Kiss fan has come with great highs and lows. Should we be angry with how they ended it with the same old show? Yes. Was it honestly a surprise? No. Par for the course. I know it sucks. Herschel Walker Kyler says, if never was a Kiss fan is an option, that's what I'd pick. I just like listening to dudes from Boston talk shit. Well, that's pretty awesome. Thanks, Herschel. And let's look at what we got for the episode itself. after that poll that we had. Penn and Satan's service. I just don't get it. The band has always said they are nothing without the fans, yet they constantly feed us bullshit, outrageous prices, and broken promises, and they're still doing it a year after the end of the road.
Yeah, wait till we get to the Gene part in the news section.
Oh, boy. Aggie Dad and Tiger Grad. Great show. Dave's rant reiterated what a lot of us feel about that last show. I didn't go, but I watched the pay-per-view. It was the exact same thing I witnessed in person 2 months earlier at the Austin show. Like Dave, I have a great video of it, but I haven't watched it at all. Linkos87 says, great episode. Just a huge letdown for all the Kiss Army and insanely frustrating for you guys who attended. How was the final show ever at Madison Square Garden, New York? Virtually identical to the final show that I saw in Perth, Australia. At least we got Shandy.
Is that a positive thing?
Imagine how much worse that would have been for you, Zeus, if they did Shandy.
I know. It would literally make it worse.
Right. But that's what we got for Twitter this week. And a lot of other comments, but we kind of want to move along. We always appreciate the feedback. So just bear with us. Like we said this before, we can't get to every single comment. So thank you.
All right, Tom, let's go to the Book of Face. All right. Adam Nierenberg put up a GIF of Charlie Brown missing the football, as we discussed.
Yay.
Oh, God. Kevon Japson.
Here we go.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Thanks for stirring up this fucking shit show. LOL. Best part was hanging with everyone. Awesome bitch session. I always cherished the therapy that we all needed at the pizza place, trying to process what just happened. I have no regrets. I don't have regrets of what I did for that weekend.
I don't either.
I had a blast with my friends, making new friends. The experience was fan-fucking-tastic.
Yep.
The concert fucking was disappointing. That's all.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Anthony, don't call me Mike Hunt. Thanks for another excellent show. You guys, and extra credit for David's rant, were spot on. This was such a missed opportunity. Maybe we all take it too personally because we've invested so much in this band for so long. Oh, and check out Paul's lobster ravioli. Brutal shit. Chris Hall, great show, boys. To my knowledge, you guys haven't yet covered Gene versus Bob Lefsetz's Sit Down. If you have, I blame my forgetfulness on advanced age. If you haven't, I believe you both would hit that one out of the park. Rock and roll is not dead. We'll get to everything, believe me.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Bunny Lebowski writes, the last gig was full confirmation that they don't give a shit. Have no respect for people buying tickets. They always become so cynical by the end. I, for one, was glad that Peter, Ace, and Bruce are not involved in some half-ass zero care factor, paint-by-numbers nonsense. They completely fucked their own legacy, and the only people who seem to care about their legacy is the fans. After Peter, Ace, in many ways Gene leaving the band, and Paul keeping Kiss alive in his own for many years, I understand that Paul suddenly doesn't listen to anyone or take advice from anyone what the band should do. I get that. But he so clearly gives zero shits about Kiss Army, and the final shows are undeniable evidence of that. Well, I mean, your opinion is well thought out there, Mr. Lebowski.
Yep.
And I can't deny what you're saying. I mean, Jesus. And then a guy named Fred Murphy. I've never seen him. What a bitch fest. Couldn't make it all the way through it. Okay.
What?
No problem.
What, have you never heard our show before? This is what I'm saying. You know what? I'm going to save it. I'll save it.
We have Festivus coming up.
Yeah, that's why I'm saving it.
I don't understand how the fuck you could be part. No, I'm not saving it. I don't understand how you could be part of that and think you would be anything other than a bitch fest. Oh, I'm sorry. You fell into our show because you listened to happy-go-lucky footy pajama Kiss shows and thought it would be like, oh, I was just so inspired when I got to hear them play Love Gun again. Oh, fuck off. Seriously.
I'm not saying, I'm just holding it. I'm holding it all in.
Fuck off, dude.
Yep.
What bitches? Oh, yeah. Speaking of bitches, don't say you guys bad about Kiss.
You guys talk bad about Kiss. I'm going to go back to those other shows that jerk them off. Guys are terrible.
Maybe they'll play some hidden hits for me.
No, I'm just going to go boot up my Spotify playlist. Give me a break. Be a fucking man for a change.
Over on Loudcasters. All right, Josh, your comments are long, but I'll try to squeeze this in fast. Josh Brown. End of the day, I blame Paul for not being anything different. He would rather be a cookie cutter as it could be because he was afraid something would go wrong or something could go off script. Exactly. I've been saying that for years. He didn't want anything to overshadow the avatars or the current lineup. I don't think the current lineup, yes, I don't think he really give a fuck about the avatars. Because why would he? The only problem is the show was overshadowed by how bad the avatars were. No one cared about the avatars. No one. Seriously, if you cared or care by now, stop lying to yourself that this band could do no wrong. It's absolutely absurd. There was no excuse to why we didn't get anything more. Nothing. Money, it's Kiss. With the money they were making on the last two shows, they could have easily paid past members something. They just didn't want to. My wife and wife watched the show on pay-per-view. When the avatars came in, we sat in silence and started to chuckle. Never forget my exact words were, "That's exactly what I expected." My wife busted out laughing. And that's what the casual Kiss fan did after they found out about the avatars. It's the same show. It's a shame. Fuck the avatars. Michael Murphy says, a more fitting retrospective for the 1-year anniversary of the final show would have been just to replay last year's recap episode as a tip to the cap to Kiss for playing the same show for the past 20 years.
That is fucking brilliant. If you did the intro and then the episode was just last year's episode to pay homage to that. That's like, I love that.
And then we come back at the end and say, well, we just did what Kiss did. We just played the same shit for you.
That would have been, oh my God. That would have been amazing.
Michael, there's a lot of competition this week, but that is a fucking comment of the week option every fucking week.
Agreed.
Kendall Lacey writes, fantastic episode. The best thing about the pod is the ability for you to call the band out on things you don't like, despite loving them. It is rare. Everyone wants to defend Paul's orange juice pasta. Over here in the UK, when they played their last dates, I decided not to go to the Plymouth date about an hour away, as I saw them on the Hits tour and then making it up at the Donington Festival in the 2000s. Both were perfect. I didn't want to taint the memory, but each day I thought I should go. And then they canceled due to logistical reasons. Wait, what? What sort of Orwellian bullshit is this? Charles, nice. Don't call me Mark Eaton. I think we had certain thoughts, hopes, and feelings that what we wanted and hoped to see. We hoped would give us respect and honor the previous players no longer with us that kept the band afloat through the 80s, and boy, were we disappointed. We wanted to hear some songs that would freshen up some of the old set lists the band had played on repeat, autopilot, and given the fans intent something special as an audible treat. We were disappointed. We wanted to see the band unite on stage with the playlists of years and eras past, playing some of the most beloved work in clips, snippets, medley, but we were disappointed. We hope for a minimum video package for certain plays of such accomplished bands spanking 4 decades of music and entertainment at a level few bands in history could even think of boasting. We were disappointed. They were so out of touch with their fans, they wished they felt incomplete avatars would make up for all their shortcomings. We were disappointed. All in all, just a lackluster finish, a fizzle to a career arguably the greatest ever live band in the history of music. We were disappointed.
Yep.
Brilliant. Thanks, Charles.
Great stuff. Agreed. Yep.
John Whiteman. I'm glad I didn't go to the final show, but I regret missing the opportunity to be amongst my fellow Loudcasters, so it could have been disappointed together. But I know there will be plenty of opportunities for Kiss Card Fellowship when Kiss yanks the football away from us in 2027.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a thought that we thought, we should be talking about. If they ever did come back for a show, is it going to be the same exact show?
I know. I made a comment, too. I want to go back to our buddy Kavan Jepson. He commented on something, and I said, that get-together at the pizza place, that was like therapy. It was like almost going to, like, Kiss Tards Anonymous.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm Tom. I'm a Kiss fan. And we're all just, like, drinking, like, Sprites and cheesy, greasy pizza at 1 a.m. Like, you're right. Like John Whiteman said, the fact that we were together helped. It definitely helped.
Yeah. Justin Steele, I had to stop the episode to write this because I'm so jacked up and pissed off. LaGreca is so right. This band has ruined a great part of the joy I always associate with Kiss when I think of them. After the Real Farewell tour, I was done supporting them live and buying stuff. They became a shit parody of what they were supposed to be. You can give your fans variety. Plenty of bands do it. So fuck off to them. I don't care what Paul had going on in his mind, and not to do something to show it was fucking criminal and flat out wrong. They're still my favorite band with the sour taste always there in the background. Final thought, I feel really bad for spending the money to go see that shit and not get the ticket at the end. Like they were telling people in those black boxes aren't for you. Some people gave them out. Terrible organization, corruption by security. Either way, fuck off and get your shit together. End of the road was a shit show. Thanks, guys. Wow.
You know, I think, and I know we talked about it last week and people have talked about it for the last year, but I really think it's not being talked about enough is that golden ticket debacle. Mm-hmm. I really think that is a fucking huge thing right there. And then for Kiss to go and sell them on their website, like I think that's a real underrated part of this disaster.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go over to YouTube. Pete Gibbons. I saw the Allman Brothers last show in October 2014. They played a 3-set, 28-song show that lasted 3.5 hours, ending at 1:30 in the morning. Before the last song, the surviving 3 guys each addressed the crowd thanking us, and Greg Allman told the story of the first gig with the band, the first song they ever played together, Trouble No More, how it would be the last song they played together, and they closed it out with Trouble No More. The place went crazy. It was nice to see the band and the crowd enjoying the relishing the moment. That's how a band should say goodbye. Love the show, boys.
That is so, like, my brain can't even comprehend Kiss doing that. It just can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is sad because it's not hard to do.
Bad and McLeod. So the rumors that the DVD CD box set of the Kiss show will be available as part of the Avatar launch. Gene is offering an Avatar experience. So for $2,000, Gene will come to your house with a giant screen for the Avatar, a 24 variety pack of Moneybag soda. As a bonus, the first 100 people that will order will receive an autographed copy of Kiss New Year's Goodbye in Dubai. Why would Gene do this for the fans? Because fuck them. That's why. Great episodes. But you shouldn't keep your feelings bottled up like that. Marty White. This dude in my city had a viewing party for the last concert. His name sounded like French, like Diva or something. As the 10 of us watched, visibly getting more and more disappointed, Diva gently tapped his fingers together and said, good, good. Everything is going perfectly.
Okay.
I get it.
I don't either.
Montreal 3944. I guess I'm happy that you guys sound like you've put the final show fiasco behind you. But after listening to the 3 of you, especially David, and describe the anticipation and excitement you felt for that final evening, only to sit around at midnight wondering what the hell happened, as you well witnessed just another Kiss show, makes my blood boil. I can even understand why Fragile Paul would not want to share the final stage with Peter and Ace, as their presence would probably have the crowd erupt in cheers and leave them standing in the background. Yet how fucking difficult it would have been to bring out 4 chairs for have them to sit on. Maybe the ones from the Phantom movie are still available, and have them watch along the audience, the big screen showing a 15, 20, or even 30 minutes melody of Kiss concert footage from the 70s, while the names of all Kiss personnel, dead or alive, scroll through so that everyone can see how many people helped this band reach heights they did through 6 decades. A final bow, and a heartfelt thank you, and even a tear from Gene. I can guarantee you the DVD would have been bought up as a collector's item by every Kiss fan around the globe. Instead, they choose to ignore their own legacy. Thanks for the show, fellas. I mean, that's
a great point.
Great point. And you're so right. Paul is not going to get his last show of him playing wiped out by a standing ovation to the 2 other guys that he can't stand.
Yep.
No way is he going to fucking do that. And he's not going to sit there and be a background player in his legacy, and according to his mind. But yeah, that would have been fantastic. Anyways, Tom, back to you.
All right, let's look at a couple things here on Instagram and some emails. On Instagram, our buddy Junior Vintage. I blame Kiss management for not having the balls or the foresight to pull these guys aside and say, you got to do this. Get Peter, Ace, Bruce, fly them in just to say thank you. They don't need to play. And I blame Paul Stanley, because if he really wanted to make this a show for the fans, he could check his fucking massive ego at the door. Gene would have had those guys on in a heartbeat. Can't disagree with anything you just said there. Dave Rockstar, I'm just glad that I didn't waste my money for the pay-per-view. I had a feeling it would be disappointing, but didn't expect it to that extent. They couldn't even be asked to do a video montage of all the members and promptly thank us fans. Avatars are only for people who have never had the chance to see them live, but most people have had the chance. So it would only have a market in like 10 years or so why even rush it? Hoggy Hunter 69. It's weird waking up in Texas to an early morning episode drop. I'm usually seeing it in my feed late Saturday night in Australia. Well, that's exciting. Good for you. All right. A couple emails here. Let's see what we got here. Our buddy Julian Grandinson. Hey, guys, writing this while listening to the December 8th episode. Your anger is fueling my gym session, so thank you. Having seen the ABBA show more than once, ABBA, the band, yeah, the show, I can tell you there is no way the Kiss show will work because the music just isn't as universal. The ABBA show cost $175 million and needs to sell out for years to make it back. Kiss has a huge but declining base, but not one that can sell 6,000 tickets a day at $100 a minimum for 3 years, because that's what ABBA is doing now. Laugh if you want, but the ABBA show is a joyous celebration. This Kiss one looks like Kiss meets Avatar of the Park. And another thing that keeps coming back to me, absolutely fine to do an Avatar show if you want, and I'd 100% go. But to say that A, these are just rough drafts, and B, it won't be ready for 4 years after the final show. Oh, and then he kind of does like an addendum email. Sorry, I'm still angry. It always pisses me off to hell whenever Paul is asked why he won't change up the set list. He comes up with some bullshit about you can always tell when Paul McCartney or the Stones are playing a new song because they want to use the bathroom or we want to give a first time of the best experience. We're not suggesting that you play Love Theme from Kiss. You could have swapped in any number of Stone Cold classics and the show would not suffered one iota. Bands like Metallica, the Stones, and Black Crowes do it all the time because they care enough to do it. Good stuff there. Scott Greer, another great episode. Just like a year ago, I was disappointed in how the two last shows at MSG were run-of-the-mill shows. I didn't go to either show, but I felt disappointed as a fan, and especially for those who traveled to New York City for the shows, and for all who spent money on an event that in their hearts knew was going to be something special. Hearing this event episode just brings up those same feelings and obviously does for you two and David. How could a band who prided themselves on giving what you, the fan, wants in a show go out like a limp dick at the end of the night with a hot girl? Shouldn't Kiss, who brought fireworks and pyro shit into concerts, be the master of the live show? How could they allow something like the Dubai debacle to happen? How could they not have someone proofread the liner notes for a live 3 and get the discography correct? Good point. And for the love of God of Thunder, allow this tour to end on such a whimper. So disappointing for a band who introduces themselves with "You wanted the best." Woo! Good stuff, Scott. And we'll finish up emails here with one from our buddy, Adam Nierenberg. I was listening to the latest episode and I was thinking that your last image of Kiss was a collection of missteps. No acknowledgement in the past 50 years. The golden tickets, the avatars. And it makes me feel sad considering that Dave LaGreca was right. And I have heard you and others say that Kiss makes it hard to be a fan. We fight for them, we defend them, and for decades they keep shitting on us. For me, it's been impossible to be a fan once they brought in Tommy. Not because of the makeup, I don't give a crap about that, but he is a B-list player in an A-list band, or he's not giving it his all. Ooh, Adam, that's rough. That's wrong. Bruce was the best replacement member, and they crapped all over his legacy by not acknowledging him or Eric Carr, just more shit at the end. My last great Kiss memory will be the cruise and how unique it was. Hearing the stories, watching their interactions, and them being a little looser than they are in the regular concert setting. You saw this on week 2. I saw the end of the road tour in 2019 and chose to sit the final shows out once I heard that Ace wasn't going to be there to make it really special, and I don't think there'll ever be another Kiss cruise. Even that little message that Paul and Gene did. This is actually a great point. I'll give Adam credit. Even that little message that Gene and Paul did, they weren't even in the same room together. They recorded their messages separately, and someone cobbled it together. Wouldn't it have been nice to see them together to make that end-of-the-year message? I'm not quite anxious to see the avatars. Why do we have to wait 4 years to see this thing perfected? Because in 4 years, you'll forget you saw it, and it will quietly go away like the Kiss Quarterly magazine. So at the end, what are we left with? 50 years of music, 50 years of great memories, of great shows and events, and 50 years of impact on musicians and showmanship. And more importantly, friendships formed for our mutual love of this band that we have soldiered on for the last 50 years. We are the Kiss Army. Woo! Adam, love it. Except for you berating Tommy Thayer. I don't understand that one at all. But other than that, Great points. Zeus, we're going to go to you to wrap it up here.
Got a short and sweet one here.
Yeah.
That we're going to end on, and that is over on YouTube. the great Little Heavy Mayo.
Uh-oh.
I got more emotional when I handed in my car lease this week than Paul Stanley did at his last concert. Short,
so that is
and hit the mark.
So that is so funny because it's so simple and it's so true. Not that we know exactly how emotional you are about when you had to hand in your lease for your Toyota Corolla, but yeah, I get it.
It's
Love you, Heavy
Subaru
Mayo.
Outback.
Yeah.
Well, for that, Heavy Mayo, you, my friend, are comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
That's right. Sometimes all it takes is a one-liner.
Yeah. And before we put all this previous episode to bed, one more thing. Sitting at home yesterday, doing some work. Phone rings. It's David LaGreca, who is so old school. He always calls. He doesn't text. Hey, man, just thinking about something. I wanted to call you. Yeah, I got most of it off my chest, but I'm still getting more pissed. We were talking about he's talking about Busted Open podcast on the show. Did you happen to see what Iron Maiden did for Nico McBrain? And he's like, Kiss couldn't have done that. And we were talking about this for a little bit. Like, think about how much time they had to make the perfect goodbye.
Yep.
And they're like, look what these guys did. And listen to what one of the writers, one of the messages we just got about what the Allman Brothers did.
Yep.
They had all this time. We were just venting. He's still venting, going on a rant about it. He's like, it still bothers me.
It's rant worthy. None of us will ever get over it.
Okay. And it's just one of those things. I know people have different personalities. Some people let things go and this and that. But if you're not upset, or if you do not see the extreme lost opportunity, at least if you want to deem it even the kindest way would be a lost opportunity. But in reality, a big middle finger to, I don't give a fuck what you fans think. We're not doing that shit. No. It is so soulless and without just sterile.
But it fits. But
we'll see you next time.
But it fits perfectly because how many times have we said Paul appears soulless? He is an automaton. Everything he does is calculated, is scripted, is pre-planned, and is organized. There is nothing passionate. There is nothing emotional. There is nothing spontaneous. There is no outwardly showing of emotion. When you get emotional, you either you get angry, you get outburst, you cry, you laugh, you do something. You feel. He's soulless. That's the word. I'm sorry. I don't care. And I don't care if this pisses off people and you have to go cry back to your dick-sucking other podcasts that love this band no matter what they do. It is what it is. And if you don't want to acknowledge
I like Kiss.
Yeah, really. I know. I'm starting to veer off into Festivus world, so I'll stop.
But I get back to it. It is so... That's not Gene. Gene is an emotional, passionate person.
Dude, Gene bawled his eyes out at the pay-per-view after this. He was crying his eyes out.
Has Gene ever done an event? We talk about this all the time. That's not top-notch.
No.
Over the top. Well, you may pay for it, but it's always top-notch. That's why we expected more.
So let me say something kind of controversial here. We bash Paul, as we just did, saying he's soulless and calculated, and this was all Paul. I think we're letting Gene off the hook a little bit here. Why didn't Gene fight harder? Why I'll tell you why. We say Gene would have absolutely done this, but Paul. So why? I think Gene needs to be held accountable here for not doing more. Go ahead.
Because as they called it, the end of the road. After 50 years, am I going to go out like that with him? Am I going to fight with him? Ugly.
Yes, he should have. Yes, he should have.
At this point, I think Gene has got his relationship.
The fans aren't worth a fight. The fans aren't worth a fight.
And I think Gene at this point is put it in his head like, look, I just want to end it like this. I don't want any problems. Let's just.
Well, maybe you know what though. Maybe that's why Gene is touring. Maybe this is his way of making it up to the fans.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute, but.
All right, Tom. But instead, let's talk about our Patreon family.
Yes.
Patreon is where you can help out the show, contribute to our show in 4 different tiers. Those tiers are right on our Patreon page. You can find that by going to shoutitoutloudcast.com. Right on the landing page, click on Patreon, find out, subscribe, become one of the 4 tiers, and help out the show. With Patreon, you guys have helped us get 3 brand new things that we're going to use for this upcoming year.
Yeah.
And so if you like the show, you listen to us, you want us to succeed and continue and help us out and contribute to the show. You want to do something like that? The best way is to join Patreon and help us out. It's a great way to help us continue to grow and become bigger and better than ever before. It's to say it's vital is not an understatement. It's vital to our continued growth. Yeah. So if you want to help, join our Patreon family. And with that, you get perks back besides the satisfaction of helping us. You're also getting a ton of shit. And it's all listed there for the different tiers. So find the one that suits your needs. But you get things from like merch, involvement in the show, polls, our message boards, our video chats, a ton of shit. It's all there on Patreon. Go sign up, help out the show, and we appreciate you. Thank you, Patreon family.
Yeah, you guys are the best. Like we always say, whether you're brand new to the party, you've been there since day one, or somewhere in between, it doesn't matter. You are all essential. So please check us out. We try to continue to grow and evolve with what we can give back to you. So please check us out at patreon.com and search for us, or click on the link on our website at shoutitoutloudcast.com.
Tom, let's go to Kiss World.
So Gene is making the news today a little bit, and I'm a little bit confused. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Maybe I'm naive here. Maybe I'm stupid. So Christina posted things about 2025 Gene Simmons backstage and more meet and greet experiences. The posting says Gene's base, a new exclusive and unique experience link is posted here. Gene does not offer just a simple item signing meet and greet. When you do see those, they are usually through the promoter or the venue itself. So please, if the above is not of interest, no need for negative comments. Just scroll on. Well, people are losing their minds here, and I'm not defending what Gene is doing, but this is not new, and the experiences are. I mean, the base experience, a stage played bass is the experience starts at $12,500. For a non-stage played bass, it's $6,500, and you can bring up to 3 guests with you. So, and then there's a link for payment plans. I don't know, man. And then it's funny here. You will find that Gene Simmons is very down to earth, funny, and knowledgeable on almost any subject. You can take photos and videos. He will personalize the base case, a certificate of authenticity, and 4 items of your choice. You will take home a Gene Simmons bass, Axe bass, Punisher bass, acoustic Punisher, or Gene Simmons Gibson bass, and you will meet him. So you do all that, starting at $6,500 if it's never been played. If it's been played, it starts at $12,500, and then in very, very tiny print, tickets to the show are not included in this. Zeus.
So I look at it like this. Gene is so fucking rich. He likes his fans. But he's like, if I'm going to do this, I know what most fans want, like a quick $1,000, come meet me and stuff. I don't want to do it. To me, it's more of a pain in the ass. I don't want to do it for this. I will do it for this amount. He has the right to do this. It's his choice.
Oh, cool. I agree.
I agree with you. Like, he's fucking 70-something years old. He doesn't want to sit there and do an extra 2 hours after every show to make $15,000 meeting 15 people. He'll do it if it's for $6,500. Like, I get it. It is what it is. I don't like it because I don't want him fucking bass. And I would love to talk with him again.
And there's another thing, too. You can, for $12,500, you can be Gene Simmons' personal assistant and band roadie for the day.
Yeah, people fucking were laughing about this. Gene Simmons is the only person who can find a way for you to pay him to work for him.
Right. But here's the funny thing. I corrected myself. That cost $12,495.
Again, it's $5 less.
Now, but you're right. So it, like you said, if this was $500, there'd be 10 million people in line to do it. So it reminds me of like, if you've ever gotten quotes from contractors to do work on your house, and you get one contractor whose price is so outrageous, you're like, where are you getting that number from? That's because he doesn't want to do the job.
Yeah.
He'll do it for you, but he's going to charge you an outrageous amount of money because he doesn't care that much. But if you pay him, he'll do it.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
I do the same thing of my bankruptcy cases. It's flat fees. If somebody comes in, you base it on time. How much time is going to take?
I agree.
So I'm not making a shit kid, but I make it through the volume: 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,500. Chapter 13s. All right. Somebody comes into me. Yeah, I'm self-employed. Great. Now I got to do profit and losses. Yeah, and I got a part-time job. Now I got to do that. Yeah, my wife is on SSDI. Now I need to get that. Yeah, we also have food stamps. Yeah, I also that. And I also have about like 30 creditors, and they all fucking have been sent to collection companies. So now I got to get those. You know what? Generally speaking, you'd be like, all right, I'll do it for 1,000, 1,500. No, I'll do it for 2,500 because I don't really want to do this work for that amount of money.
And I think that's what this is.
And that'll make it worth it. Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. And I look, I know I'm playing both sides of the fence here. I do understand, and I think it's warranted for people to be like, what the fuck? $12,000 for a base that you play. I mean, come on. But again, the point is, Gene doesn't want to do this. Yeah. So you price out the people so you don't have to do a lot of it.
So I would say maybe another way, and I'm being creative, and maybe he's like, fuck it, I don't want to do that. Maybe he goes like, you know what, I'll do 2 for $1,000 quick photo and meet.
I was just going to say that.
And they have to raffle and donate money to a charity.
Yep.
And I will meet one of the two of them.
I was just going to say, a way to solve this would be, I'll do them for $1,000 a piece, but I'm only doing 5 maximum per show. And that way, it's a reasonable price, and it's gonna. But I think doing starting at 6,500 and then going to 12,500. I mean, and this is the part. Do you think he does that because he's not going to get that money? He does it because he knows he's going to get that money. The Gene Simmons Vegas experience that we did, that thing was sold out. That event.
He's never going to do it that cheap again. Man.
Never.
That fucking event was awesome.
That was a steal. That was a fucking steal
compared to what he does now. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Gene is up to. What about the rest of the gang?
Yeah,
it's still touring in 2024.
Yeah, he's touring. Today we're recording a little bit late because of Zeus's health issues. So Thursday, December 12th is celebrating. Hey guys, go fuck yourself. It's Angry Bruce's birthday. So it's our buddy Bruce's birthday. Paul keeps posting more pasta stuff, and he tried to be like self-deprecating. He's like, I don't even know what I'm doing, and it's like, it's fun to be like, dude, you spent probably 6 hours making sure this picture came out exactly right.
Yeah. Oh, and I got to give a shout out to our friend Tim Mangione, who was texting me photos of him hanging out with Paul. If you know Tim, he's got photos like every day, every time. He puts photos of him and celebrities. How he meets them, I don't fucking know. But he put them up, so I wanted to give a shout out to Tim because he's a great guy. Now, one other thing, Tom, I have to tell you this story. Every time I do this every morning, I'm like, I'll tell Tom this story, and I never do. So I'm going to tell the listeners this story. So I drive my kid to school in the morning, Tom. I get up, my alarm goes off at 7:15. I'm out the door by 7:20 taking her to school.
Yep.
I just fucking put on some pants, put on a shirt, and get the fuck out of there. When I drive to her to school, along the way, there's this road, and this must be a bus stop for this little girl.
Yep.
This little girl waits for the bus. She's always out in front.
Yep.
She looks like Chunks from the Goonies.
Oh, God.
Just like
are you yelling at her to do the truffle shuffle when you drive by?
So she's got to be like not even maybe in middle school, but she's got to be maybe a 200-pounder. She's and
most definitely
long hair. This poor little girl. And I've come to nickname her Chunks.
Oh, come on, man. She's a little kid.
She doesn't know. So
Yeah, of course she doesn't know because you.
So every day in the school, when I'm driving Talia to school, I'm in a bad mood. I'm half asleep. I'm groggy. And then I see her. I light up.
Oh.
And I sing my song. Ask Talia. Chunky, chunky, chunks. Chunky, chunky, chunks.
What is the matter with you?
And then there'll be days like, where's Chunks? I don't see her.
Start feeding her on the way to school.
She
like a stray dog.
A girl Chunks. Oh, chunky, God. Chunky, chunk.
I expect somebody to make some kind of video to this. So Loudcasters, do your thing.
I'm thinking of maybe taking a snapshot of her in the wild and seeing. I'll send it to you. I'm not going to send it on the internet.
Yeah, that won't get you disbarred or anything. Taking pictures of a 9-year-old girl
and mocking her girth.
Yeah, exactly. You mocking me? Other than chunky but funky, there's really nothing else going on in Kiss World. It's just more silliness. There is something. I like to report on rumors, although I'm not going to divulge the source. But this source is known to kind of nail things down a little bit. There is things going around in the Facebook group Kiss group world that.
Dude, you just punish yourself with that shit. All you do is get mad and vent.
No. I don't get mad. I like it because I like stirring the shit. People are saying that 2025 looks like it's ready to roll with Kiss shit, meaning maybe more off the soundboard, maybe more deluxe box sets. It's the 50th anniversary of Dress to Kill in a few months. So just keep your eye on that. Let's hope that 2025 is a little bit more exciting than 2024 for Kiss shit. If you're into that.
Okay.
Yep.
And the last thing in the news section, make sure you pick up Raise Your Glasses, the ultimate Kiss book for the ultimate Kiss tards out there for holidays, right? It'll make a great Hanukkah gift. It'll make a great Christmas gift. So make sure you pick up your Raise Your Glasses book on Amazon or shoutitoutloudcast.com.
Please do.
With that, let's take a quick little break. Hey, little girl, what they call you, Chunks? Why don't me and you go down the street and grab ourselves some cashews and some fountain colas?
All right, we're back. And Ace is very excited. Him and Vinny bought front row seats. I powered up some electricity into the shed so they can watch this broadcast live. So they're excited.
Oh, maybe Chunks can hang out with them.
Make sure you get an extra large pizza if she does.
Make sure it's a couple slices of Roni in there, too.
You guys are disgusting, making fun of an overweight preteen. Yep, that's right.
She doesn't know.
So it makes it right.
Exactly. Chunky, chunk. All right, Tom, it's that time of year. Our Shout It Out Loudcast Hall of Fame episode. This is the class of 2024. It's our third season. Last year, we put in, reluctantly, Joey Casada.
I know Joey Casada.
I think the first order of business is maybe we should kick him out. What do you think?
Yeah, it's funny. Patreon people were kind of stepping in here because, one of the perks of Patreon, depending on what tier you're on, is that you get a coming soon on Thursdays, and we tell you what the episode is. So it's good. It kind of creates a little bit of conversation before it drops. Yeah, Joey's hanging by a thread right now. People want to OJ him and get him out of the Hall of Fame. I don't know why, but actually, yes, I do.
I mean, maybe it's because he's just posted about 10,000 videos of himself.
Yeah, that's true. He's too much of a self-promoter and not much of a loudcaster.
Yeah, and the other part is just like the nerds were told in Revenge of the Nerds, in the future, we suggest less close-up photos of yourself, Joey.
We suggest you don't include a photo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Dude, that's a pet peeve of mine, and that's off topic. I don't understand guys that put photos of themselves. Hey, great day to be alive. Snapshot of themselves. Dude, are you a man? What the fuck?
I keep saying save it because I have so many Festivus things going.
That's just a fucking. It's not a festive. It's not.
Oh no! I know. Anyways.
I'm just saying.
I know
guys that put photos of themselves. Hey, bright and early today. Wow. Early
Pour one
bird
out.
gets the worm.
Pour one out for my bitches. Have a good one.
What is that, Fat Albert?
Hey, Chunks, you can get through your day.
All right.
Is Chunks going to get into the Hall of Fame?
Maybe next year.
All right.
All right. So let's start with a category that's kind of newer. We only did it last year.
Yep.
And the first category is for the Hall of Fame is actor. And we've only had 2 that were nominated and selected last year. And I think they have something in common, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Yep.
And this year we're going with
2 people who had Dorm Damage episodes dedicated to them, and may they both rest in peace, James Earl Jones and John Amos.
character actors at its finest.
Yep.
James Earl Jones and John Amos both tied together because they're both in the Shout Out Loudcast Hall of Fame, but they were also in Coming to America together.
Yep.
Love them. One is Darth Vader. The other is James Evans Sr. from Good Times. Both tragically we lost this year. Great actors. We did 2 episodes on them on Dorm Damage separately.
Yep.
They
And
made the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and their characters are just essential to me and Zeus and Shout Out Loudcast. So what a perfect time to do it, because I know their family is going to be so honored that they made it into the Shout Out Loudcast Hall of Fame. So, yeah.
Yeah, and what I like is that James Earl Jones is an orator.
Yeah.
Vocal, smart, way he talked. And then John Amos was just, he didn't need to say anything. You just see from his eyes.
Oh, God.
His nostrils would flare up.
He just looked at you.
He didn't look like he can't fight.
Exactly, yes.
He looked like he can whip some ass.
Yep.
Great guys.
Yep.
Anyways.
Agreed.
Tom, last year we added a new category, and that was TV shows. And last year we put in Seinfeld and Three's Company. This year, the 2 shows coming in are
Zeus's favorite show and my favorite non-comedy show, Sanford and Son and Breaking Bad. We're going with a drama this year. But again, 2 shows that are just essential to who me and Zeus are as people and as loudcasters, I guess you'd say, too.
I don't think there's anything funnier than Sanford and Son. I watched that on replay. I DVR it when it's on like Nick at Night and stuff. So I always have episodes available. If I'm on Facebook, the reels that come up of just him and Aunt Esther and all his comebacks.
Yep.
Just Red Fox is just the faces he'd make when he looked at Esther.
Plus,
Oh
the
my
other
God.
thing, too, that makes the show so goddamn legendary is the fact that you can't say 90% of that shit today on TV.
Yep. And
You know?
no one took offense to it because it was harmless. It was just fun.
That's right. That's right.
And
it's a great
Breaking
show.
Bad?
And Breaking Bad to me is still to this day the greatest TV show I've ever seen. 5 seasons, tight, and then Better Call Saul, right there with Breaking Bad. I've read a lot of articles and heard a lot of people say they like it more than Breaking Bad. You pick your poison there, but for me, it's untouchable TV for me in terms of dramatic TV.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about Breaking Bad is I watched that show after it already ran and was popular.
Okay.
There wasn't an episode where I wasn't like, this episode is important.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So I was a big into Lost. The first season of Lost.
Oh, me
couldn't be
too.
Better.
Oh, my God. Me too.
But by the end, once they announced, okay, we're going to end in 3 years, they're like, oh, filler show, filler episode.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
filler
there was a
thing,
lot.
Filler.
Yep.
And I'm like, here's us walking for half an hour and just talking about what was it like when I used to work at this medical field? Like, who cares?
Yep.
It was just filler after filler. And a lot of shows do it. Breaking Bad had no filler episodes.
Never. Nope. Great point.
All right, Tom, we're going into movies.
Yes.
First year, Godfather and Revenge of the Nerds made it. Then last year, Godfather 2 and Coming to America made it. This year, the 2 movies are
I can't believe one of these took 3rd year to get in here, but the 2 movies this year are Weird Science and Beverly Hills Cop. And there'll be more to say about why Beverly Hills Cop is in here, maybe later in the presentation.
Yeah, Weird Science, we quote that constantly. Whether it's the bar scene or whether it's Gary and Gary and his mom. Gary.
He's our 16-year-old boy, Gary. I didn't think it was a whale's dick, honey. The whole movie is every fucking quote. And of course, Beverly Hills Cop is like one of the OG 80s like action comedy movies.
All right. Number 4 is artist, musicians. Okay.
Yep.
In its inaugural year, we nominated and put in Kiss and Led Zeppelin. Then last year, we went with Alice in Chains and Rainbow. This year, we have
Metallica and Elvis Presley, which is kind of shocking that these are two of our all-time favorite artists, and they made it into the third year, but that's how stacked a Hall of Fame can be. So, yeah, Metallica right behind Kiss for me and my all-time favorite band, and Zeus, Elvis is your guy.
Yeah, and we've done Metallica 3 shows on ARC on them.
That's right.
If you really want to go down the list, I think we've done 5 episodes on them. You remember?
That's right. We did the 3 ARC, the one about when the tour was announced and how they were going to be doing all, and then the concert review episode. Yeah. That's right.
It's 5 episodes on Metallica.
That's right. So. Yep.
All right. And everyone knows I'm a big Elvis guy, and there'll be more Elvis content coming soon. Yeah. Number 5 for us, the non-Kiss song. So in 2022, we have Limelight by Rush, Find the River by REM. Last year we put in, and I thought these were for albums, but they're actually the title tracks, Master of Puppets, Hotel California. This year we got
Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who, and So This Is Love by Van Halen. It's my favorite Van Halen song, and Zeus, I know Won't Get Fooled Again is arguably one of your all-time favorite songs.
Yeah, I think we're Van Halen almost down to the classic rock songs. Yep. And the way I've always described Won't Get Fooled Again is probably the greatest classic rock song of all time. And you think So This Is Love is your favorite Van Halen song? Good selection. So
we had a great time talking about both of those albums on their respective ARC episodes.
I believe we both did them both this year.
That's right. Yep.
All right. So number 6 is non-Kiss album. So first year we did Master of Puppets and Automatic for the People for REM. Last year we did Singles and the Elvis 68 Comeback Special. This year we're going with
Hotel California by the Eagles and Purple Rain by Prince.
Yeah, a couple title tracks. More title track albums.
That's right. Yeah, and if people are wondering why we're not why didn't Zeus do Who's Next and why didn't I do Fair Warning, that's not how this works. I think Purple Rain's a better album than Fair Warning, even though I put So This Is Love. And we want to mix it up, of course, on the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Kiss. Number 7, we put in Kiss songs for the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
First year, Black Diamond, Come On and Love Me. Last year, Mr. Speed, I Stole Your Love. This year, we got
Detroit Rock City and Sure Know Something. I mean, right off the bat, 6 songs in the Hall of Fame. Kind of hard to argue with any of those, especially coming from me and you and what we love about Kiss.
Yeah, and I think we kind of try to look, if it's going into the Hall of Fame, it's one of our favorite songs of all time. And because we did Destroyer and Dynasty recently, we didn't want to bring them in earlier. So
That's
Detroit
right.
Rock City could have been there the first year and Sure Know Something may have. You never know. Yep. But we wanted to hold off until we reviewed the song and talk about its greatness. DRC should definitely be in there.
Of course. Yep.
All right. Let's go to Kiss album, number 8. First year, Love Gun, Rock and Roll Over. Second, Revenge and Alive. 2024 is
Destroyer and Dynasty. So kind of like, unlike what I was saying about the ARC picks, we're going with the songs and the albums this year.
Yeah, they both deserve it. I mean, they're both our favorite top 5 probably for me. I don't know if you do. I don't think you have Destroyer ranked high, but I mean,
No.
Dynasty is for me.
Yep.
Now we're going to get into some silly stuff.
Here comes some
This is
silly
the
shit.
stuff that is, if you're a long-time listener, if you're a Loudcaster, you'll get it.
Yeah. If you've just discovered us and this is your first episode, good luck. We're happy
You're
to
gonna be
have
like,
you, but
I don't understand this.
I don't understand what this has to do with anything.
Our next category, number 9, is the food and beverage category, Tom.
Jesus Christ.
Food and beverages of the show.
Yep.
First year, we put in a couple slices of Roni, said best by Ace Frehley, and Mellow Yellow, rumored to be a favorite of his. Then last year, how Ace describes such drinks, Fountain Cola made it, and cashews.
All
This
Ace.
This year, the 2 Hall of Fame food and beverages are
Cabbage soup and Paul's OJ pasta. 5 of the 6 Hall of Fame nominations or inductees are Ace related. Paul breaks the seal and gets in here this year.
I'd like to have my OJ pasta nominated for the Hall of Fame this year.
God, poor Ace.
Oh, shit. That cabbage soup went right through me. Ooh.
It's quite a menu. Pepperoni pizza, cashews, and cabbage soup, and then wash it down with Mellow Yellow.
That's going to be like a fucking bar crawl in like 5 years, and we have 5 years worth of food and beverages. Someone has to drink and eat all that shit.
God.
All right, Tom, here's a favorite of mine. Catchphrases.
Uh-oh.
2022, we had Ace Cult and DUI Kiss. Hard-hitting question, that is.
Yep.
23, we had Welcome New Listeners and Pandemic Paul. And this year, we're adding
Go to him. And is that what he does?
this show is so stupid at times.
Dumb. The funniest part of all this is just the thought of some new listener or casual listener being like, what does this have anything to do with? That it makes it even funnier to me.
What is go to him?
Go to him.
So stupid. Oh, man. Then Ace, when asked in that interview years ago, Paul Stanley, ever seen him suck a cock? Is that what he does? Dude, why would you ask a question like that? He's reading like a listener's question. Ace has got his glasses down. He's like, is that what he does?
Is that what he does? Oh God, that's why I love the show. We never get tired never get tired, never run out of shit.
All right. A favorite of Tom's.
Oh yeah, blame me for this. Wait until you see who made it this year.
Number 11, 1 stars.
Oh jeez.
We got Tracy Lords and Peter North the first year and his glazed donut capabilities.
Oh.
We got Christy Cannons.
It's Canyon.
Cannons and Lisa fucking Sandbag Tits Sparks. We got cameos from fucking Christy Cannon and Lisa Sparks from you guys. What the fuck? This year, the new members of the Hall of Fame are
Jenna Jameson and Tom Tube Sucks Byron.
Yes, Tom Byron and his fucking striped tube socks that went up to his knees.
I just refuse to just get fully undressed.
Yeah. With this stupid mullet.
Oh.
And he was always like the doofus. It was like,
he always played like the clown.
Yeah, the girl was cheating on him, and all of a sudden he's like banging other chicks too.
Oh, God.
And he had the mullet and those fucking tube socks. Yep. He's joining Peter North as the only two guys in that category.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's going to be many more guys making it in there. I mean, there is one like legendary guy left, but I don't think he's going to make it. This next category is fucking. This may be the most ridiculous one we've done.
Next is number 12, celebrities. First year was Arnold and the Jerky Boys. Last year, we had Jan Terry and Borat. This year is
Dudley's dad from Different Strokes and Serge from Beverly Hills Cop. We don't even know his name. It's just Dudley's dad.
He had these fucking huge teeth with teeth that big. And he was born on Easter. And I think his screen time on that whole series was like 5 minutes. But yeah, I don't know why he's funny, but he just is. He has some big ass teeth. And Serge just for that fucking scene. It's just so legendary.
Well, that's kind of why. I mean, Beverly Hills Cop is a fantastic legendary.
Danny.
It's not. That's not sexy. It's like a dog to scrub. That's not sexy.
No, it's not sexy. Let's go to a favorite of ours. 13 is Celebrity Crush.
Yeah.
First, we had Brittany and Julie Newmar from Catwoman from Batman. Last year, we had Samantha Fox and the Prime Minister of Finland, Sanna Marin. Ooh, she's small. She's like a hot fucking Courtney Cox. And this year, we have
Heather Thomas and Carmen Electra. Oof. There was a point in the late 90s where I was obsessed with her. And I'll tell you right now, I follow her on social media. Carmen Electra, I'm referring to. She looks insane still. Dear God, yes. And Zeus loves Heather Thomas, or at least old Heather Thomas. She looks like
old Heather Thomas from the Fall Guy coming out of those swinging doors.
Those swinging barn doors. The bar doors, the saloon
Everybody
doors.
had the poster of her. But I didn't like how the pose is always her, like giving herself a self-wedgie. She's like pulling on her bikini.
Pulling on her bikini. Like, she got that from Paul with the back of the Crazy Nights, pulling on his thong.
Oh, such a smoke show back then.
Oh, incredible.
I think she was the hotter of the two Heathers. All right. This is a fun one.
Yep.
14 is Guest. Hall of Fame Guest. First year, we had Eddie Trunk and Chris Jericho. On probation is Joey Casada and Bruce Kulick. This year, the winners are
Zach Throne and Desmond Child. Zach has been on the show in multiple capacities, ARC and Shout It Out Loudcast, and of course the great Desmond Child for his interviews, his contributions to the book, just incredible stuff. So kudos to both of those guys this year.
Yeah, they were both two of my favorite guests that we've ever had. Desmond was just so enlightening. He was just such a great person, and probably maybe the biggest name we've had, and he was just so down to earth.
Yep.
Zach is just awesome. He's an awesome guy.
Yep.
All right. 15. Stupid.
Back to the stupidity.
Yeah. Shout It Out Loudcast character. First year was Herder, our German housekeeper.
Oh, God.
Cukes, the kid from high school that was rumored to have taken a cucumber and got caught sticking it up his ass at a Stop and Shop. Then last year was King, the substitute teacher who had X-Acto knives, eggs, and snowballs thrown at him in class. And you go, King! And Mr. Feces, the mystery man who used to smear feces on the bathroom stalls and taunt our janitor from Stonehill.
We have problems.
This year's characters are
Fish. And, hey guys, why don't you go fuck yourself? You know, I know it's my birthday, but I don't really give a fuck. Why don't you go both eat a dick? Angry Bruce.
Angry Bruce Kulick, who will break a fucking Gibson guitar over your fucking head if you don't fucking enjoy his newest solo.
And we love it. We love Bruce so much, and it was perfect that it's his birthday, and we figured we'd give him another honor in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's just because his personality is just the opposite. He's the
Exactly.
nicest guy.
Exactly.
But Angry Bruce is fucking great. And then there's Fish.
Oh,
This
God.
poor girl, whoever made it up, I don't know if he was insinuating that the girl smelled like fish or she looked. Hey, why do they call you Fish?
Hey, why do they call
Come
you
here, close.
Chunks?
Come a little closer. Ooh, fucking barracuda. Woo.
Telling you, we're already in the process of, looking at next year, and keep it up, Chunks. If you don't get yourself active in after school activities, you might be in this Hall of Fame next year.
Think of this. I think like when we have to get guests on, and some big time guests are like, you know what kind of show was this?
I say that all the time. Dude, I say that all the time.
Hall of Fame episode.
I say that all the time. I'm like terrified that somebody's gonna be like, oh, let me check these guys out. Fish. What's the matter with these guys? I thought they talked about music.
They're mocking an obese juvenile and calling
Mr.
some
Feces. What are these guys doing with their free time?
Fish. We would walk by the hallways and go, oh,
let me tell you let me tell you something right now before we hit record. There's a couple of people we wanted to put into this category, but we just can't do it because the show would never be able to continue.
No, there are a lot of private jokes.
There's some private jokes. There's private. Then maybe for our final show, we'll do like a private joke Hall of Fame.
Yeah. One is because they're considered a fat fuck, and the other one is because they have fucking teeth the size of gold pole.
All right,
Anyway.
that's enough.
All right, Tom, we're going to put in a Hall of Fame episode.
Yes.
So our first initial year, we put in our 100th episode, which is great. It was Bruce and Jericho. We did a Bruce Kulick draft.
Awesome. Yep.
We also put in episode 6, which Heavy Mayo loves till this day. Smashes, Thrashes, and Shit, which is a fucking hilarious episode. Episode 239 is one of our biggest episodes of all time. This one in last year, and that was the Dee Snider interview.
Yep.
And then episode 230, to me and you personally, we felt this was one of our best. It
Incredible.
was Bruce Kulick talking about all of Bob Kulick's songs in Kiss albums.
Yep. Incredible.
Tremendous.
Yep.
Now, 2024, we have these.
Episode 231, a review of Peter Criss's Out of Control album.
That was
In episode
fucking-
263, where we had Ace Frehley and Steve Brown on. Zeus, tell us how Out of Control made it into the Hall of Fame this year.
Because there's nothing better than talking about Out of Control.
Exactly. That
There's
album
nothing
is like
better than you.
that episode was like the epitome of what we love about Kiss and podcasting. It was fucking
show.
hilarious.
Yeah, it had nothing to do. Like, why would Out of Control be one of your best favorite episodes? That's just it.
That's it.
We made it fun. We made it ours.
Yep.
And then Ace just, am I supposed to be on live? What's going on? Ooh.
Incredible. Yep.
Yeah, him and Steve Brown was a tremendous honor. So, all right, Tom, number 17. We're going to nominate, we only have 2 left.
Yep.
A founder contributor.
This is
2022, we put in Murph and Sonny Pooney.
Yep.
2023, we put in Jay from the Hook Rocks and Jeff Trott, who will now be able to sign every email with Shout It Out Loudcast Hall of Famer from here on out in their life. It's these 2 people. Here it is.
Nige Savage and James Campion. Zeus, tell us a story about each of these guys and how they got here.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame, guys. Nige was our editor for Raise Your Glasses. Nige was one of our first Patreon members. Nige keeps us laughing, has the best sense of fucking humor there is.
Yep.
With his crazy death metal fucking list of music.
I love it.
Has the perfect sense of humor to go back and forth with us.
Yep.
And he's just a great guy, and we've loved him since day one. And he would be getting this, whether he's probably a founder or not. He deserves it.
Yep.
Now, James Campion, the great author of Shout It Out Loud, The Making of Destroyer, is a accomplished author with a great reputation. What the fuck is he doing with us?
Yep. He's amazing. He's amazing. He helped us infinitely with the preparation and organization and setting out to put Raise Your Glasses to print. He was incredible for that. We got to spend time with him last year in New York City and had a great lunch with him. We communicate with him regularly. And coincidentally, he just published an article about book recommendations for the holiday season for gifts. And he picked Raise Your Glasses in that article and gave us praise and kudos for that. But just all those things and above, we've had him on for ARC. He was on for the Rod Stewart episode. He's just an incredible guy, so knowledgeable, so funny, and he gets us. He's one of those few people. He is such a seriously polished and scholarly guy, but he gets us and he loves us. And we love James. We love Nige. And we're probably maybe more excited than they are to have them in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely.
I'll give you a quick text exchange, and James will answer my calls when I had questions about the book or things about. Just incredible. He texted me, and I told him about, thank you for adding us to that article he did.
Yeah.
So he texted me, by the way, your run through the Fox News anchors from a couple weeks back had me dying. I listened to it while I was strolling the beaches of Tullum, passing people just laughing away. So good.
That's great.
Dude,
he gets it.
The fact that he remembers and recalls Bob Heckle and
Atkadell,
who are serious Hall of Fame contenders.
Oh, absolutely. They are. Yep.
Pat Cadell.
But
the fact that he's just been so generous, such a fun guy. And we need to have a dinner again soon.
Yep.
And we love you guys both. Thank you. All right, Tom. Last category. And I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
It's a little arbitrary. We think of something every year. Look, there's probably at some point, let's say we go on for a little while, probably like 50 of you guys at least that should be Loudcast or Hall of Famers.
Yep.
Don't take it too seriously.
Please don't.
Yeah, and don't be offended if you're not. So sometimes in this conversation throughout the years, last couple of years, people are like, oh, he's a Hall of Fame. He's all like we don't want people to tell us who we should put in the Hall of Fame because I don't want people to get their expectations and get feelings hurt. And sometimes it's meant to be kind of fun, but also an acknowledgement that we really appreciate your support. But it's a tip of the hat, and it's meant with a wink. And we love these Hall of Famers, but also we want to keep it like the real Hall of Fames, like baseball Hall of Fames. You're in.
You're in. Yep.
You're not fucking peripheral. This isn't fucking place kickers getting in the Hall of Fame. This is real.
Yep.
So here is the last category in the best category, Loudcaster. 2022, the inaugural class, we had I Love It Louder and Jim Riley join.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, we had Tony the Taxman Barone of ABCPA Inc. Make sure get your taxes ready.
It's coming.
And the great Gary Cap.
Yep.
4 definite Hall of Famers. Make room, boys. There are 2 new Hall of Famers coming in. And those 2 new Hall of Famers are
Heavy Mayo and Joey Romanek.
wow.
Wow.
Now, they're probably commenting on every episode we've had since we started.
Ever.
Or once they jumped on. They're 2 of our earliest Patreons.
Yep.
They're 2 people that always have something fun to say.
Yep.
They're supportive as hell.
And we've met Heavy Mayo and got our picture taken with him at a Kiss show.
Yes. Joey's too busy doing bicep curls to be coming up this way.
And buying slim fit jeans.
And fucking painting on stubbles on his face.
But I'll tell you right now, Joey Roman, you better get that real estate, that realtor business card updated. Because if I don't see SIOLHOF at the bottom of those business cards, there's going to be a problem.
Class of 24.
Exactly.
Heavy Mayo, Joey Romanek, welcome. You can now call yourselves Shout It Out Loudcast Hall of Famers.
Yes. Yes, you can. We're so happy to have you guys part of this family.
And for all you out there listening, you're all Hall of Famers.
It's true. And let me say one final thing here, and I think we maybe have failed to say this in the past. And this I want to be serious. Please do us a favor. Don't spoil the episode by posting right away on Facebook and congratulating certain people or comment. Let the episode breathe. We know that the episode drops at midnight Eastern time in the U.S. Some people get it at different times, different parts of the country. Please don't jump onto the Shout It Out Loudcasters Facebook group and give a salute to Heavy Mayo, or a salute to, Carmen Electra,
Nige.
Try, especially the Loudcasters and the founders like Heavy Mayo, Joey Romanek, Nige, and James. Let the episode breathe a little bit before people start commenting, because we don't want to spoil it, and we're happy that everybody is going to be excited and have some fun with it, because that's what we want. But try not to treat it like a movie. Let people hear the episode before you spoil it.
Yeah, honestly, this is self-indulgence.
Of course, it's fun.
And what I like is, like, if there's always 1 or 2 people that will be like, fucking ego on you guys doing a whole of, like, dude, then you don't get it.
Then you don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'll tell you right now, this is, in my opinion, this is actually the opposite of ego. I feel like we're doing something like non-Kiss centric related to provide just some fun and entertainment. And we do it at this time of the year because it's the end of the year. It's the holiday season. People are busy and stressed out. And we want to do something light and fun and give you guys some entertainment. If you don't get it, or if this comes across your podcast feed and you're like, I'm all set, that's fine. That's fine. But it's fun, and that's what we want to do for you guys. And if you think if it's anything else, then you don't get it.
Yeah. And so with that, we're closing the book on the Hall of Fame of 2024. Moving on to question of the week. You got one?
We do. And this one comes from Michael James. Says, love the show. Big 80s Kiss fan here. The other day I played Turn on the Night for my wife. She said it sounded like it should be a song that's playing in the background of a Rocky Balboa training montage. What Kiss song do you think would make a great Rocky training montage?
Easy. Raise your glasses. I've said that a million times.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God. Yeah, so I go back and forth between something like that, something anthemic and celebratory, and then something like War Machine or Unholy. something like aggressive and powerful and something like that. So I think for me, I think I'm going to go with War Machine. You went with the anthemic party song, Raise Your Glasses, celebratory. I'm going to go with something kind of mean, fighting machine, aggressive like War Machine. So that's my answer. Two good choices. Great question, Michael James. And good thing hopefully your wife continues to be a Kiss fan and introduce her to everything else. So hopefully she's listened to us. And if she does, hopefully she has a sense of humor. But thank you for the question, Michael. Good stuff.
Yeah, Tom, where can people find us?
Go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's you can find all of our episodes, all the Shout It Out Loudcast episodes, ARC, Dorm Damage, Zeppelin Chronicles, links to all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube threads, links to our Patreon, links to our Amazon shopping, links to our Shout It Out Loudcast merch. There's a link right on the landing page of our website where you can buy the book directly, Raise Your Glasses. You can do that. And, of course, there's tons of other fun things you can do there. You can look at pictures of our guests and links to their social media, comment on specific episodes. There's a ton of stuff you can do there. So please check it out. And, of course, you can always email us at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Please get your question in, just like Michael did this week. And it's part of our show every week, and we love doing it. So please continue to keep those rolling. And, of course, we always like to say that we're a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
You can always DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Follow us on TikTok, motherfucker. Check out our Spotify playlist where we have different categories for different types of episodes. Not going to have one probably for this episode, but you can do that by following our podcast profile, not the podcast itself. There you can see our actual playlist. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And give us one of those 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you see reviews that you can leave one for us. Those are always big help. It moves us up the food chain and gets us out in front of more and more people. When you do that, it's a big help. Actually, we have one here that we just received. And this is from J. Dammy 74. My New England Kiss Brothers.
Yeah.
5 stars. Tom and Zeus are created by far the best Kiss podcast on the market. These two friends for over 30 years bring their humor and knowledge of music and pop culture to the masses twice a week. The podcast guest list they have compiled over the years shows their reputation in the music community as true class acts.
Wow.
Talk about us.
We don't hear that a lot.
These guys make me proud to be a Loudcaster, Kiss-tard, and to be proud of the Kiss Army. Wow.
Nice. That's
amazing.
amazing.
74, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that. And again, as I always tell people, fucking send us a message. Let us know who you are.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And we want to thank you personally. So, and you out there, if you want to help us, that's one of the great ways, other than joining our Patreon, buying Raise Your Glasses, going on Amazon and giving Raise Your Glasses a 5-star review there. That's a big help. And leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever. All that stuff helps the show, and we appreciate it. And so remember to do that, and remember to pick up Raise Your Glasses.
Please do.
On our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, or straight from Amazon. And that's a big help. Tom, we like to end on famous last words. Do you have any?
Of course, in honor of the Hall of Fame. I've been on my own. I've been all alone. I was hypnotized. I felt paralyzed. But late at night, I still want you just the same.
Moving fast, doing 95. Hit top speed, but I'm still moving much too slow. I feel so good. I'm so alive. I hear my song playing on the radio. It goes. Hey, guys, thank you for putting up with my terrible voice this week.
Hey, you mean Froggy?
Me, Jackie Monticello. Tom, Loudcasters, Shout It Out Loudcast Hall of Famers. Thank you.
Guys, you're the best. Thank you for everything. Big shout out and congrats to our Shout It Out Loudcast Hall of Fame class of 2024. And Zeus, as always, my friend, thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out-of-shape, worldwide kiss-tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?